Hey everybody. Oh goodness, what a day. I've got a lot going on today and wanted to do a video following the activity we had on Thursday. Unlike yesterday, there aren't any like exciting earnings going on. I don't really care what CSX is doing and things like that. It's just beyond. Next week is the blockbuster. Next week, I think like over 40% of all companies report. And just about everybody important reports with the exception of Apple, which since they're a diva, they wait until the week after. And the Apple kind of close out the whole earnings season. So yeah, nothing cool like Netflix today to look at. So forget earnings. Let's just talk about the futures in general. Here we have the NQ, and I've deliberately selected the past almost 3 weeks just to show the absurd and insane range we've been in. You can essentially take a level of about 13,150, and that at any given time is roughly what the NQ has been at. I mean, we have been swooping up and down around that line for a while. And I usually show this in the cube, like with a daily chart, because we've been 15 days in this teeny little range, but I thought I'd show on a future spaces how it's just been bonkers. So yeah, it's like 13,150 plus or minus 150 points constitutes almost all of the activity. I know that sounds like a big range, but it's teeny, 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 tiny. Looking back farther, this is a 1 hour chart here. If we go to, like, for example, a weekly, interestingly enough, it's actually a harder read for me because the fibs, I'm not even sure I should keep these around. No, they're not very useful for this particular instrument. But let's check a daily on this. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see how we emerged above this section here, and we're just sort of drifting. And that probably is the reason why. Because if this was an honest to goodness like bull run, we would just gone yay, through all this whole thing. As it is now, there's a tremendous gravitational pull keeping this thing from reaching escape velocity. As we look on the ES, the Fibonacci's are vastly more useful, as you can plainly see. The row low low, as it were, of course, was on October 13. We tagged it almost perfectly. And then went exploding 2 levels up, and we've been really banging between those for a year now, with just a few brief exceptions. So in other words, if you take this level here and this level up here, virtually all the activity over the past year has been within those 2 simple levels. These were the outliers here. So just like bang, 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 bang. And given that year of activity, my supposition is that bang, moving from here to the 3,800 zone kind of makes the most sense. Sure hope so. And I think what lends credence to that is the fact that, as you know, the VIX has just been embarrassing. We got down to 16.17. We almost got to a 15 handle on this. We are basically reaching levels now that have hardly been seen in modern times. By modern times, I mean sort of the past couple of years. This is, in fact, all the data that Thinkorswim shows, dating back a good 3 years here. And as you can see, over that 3-year period, we rarely get this low. Just for this teeny little trillions and trillions being dumped on the market zaniness, this little zone right here, this is as low as we get. I think that the more logical area to judge the VIX is more along these lines. The past year, not the past 3 years, in which we have major lower highs and major lower lows. And we're at another one right now. So it seems to me that if we do have a liftoff in the VIX, we won't even get back to 30. Maybe we'll get to 29 or something like that. But if you sort of in your mind's eye picture this sort of diminishment of the VIX, I think the best we can hope for is approaching 30, but not getting past it, because it would take probably nuclear Armageddon to permit for the government to permit the VIX to begin with a digit with 3. I guess I'll close with crude oil real quick, because that's been very helpful of late. This is very interesting because we have almost completely erased the OPEC Plus rally. So that Friday pre-OPEC Plus was here. So we got up to 75.79. We are down to you can see very little left. So it'll be kind of interesting to see if this just closes the gap, which would also happen to tag this trend line quite nicely. So I'm not as fixated on oil as I am on my actual individual energy shorts, but I'll admit, the closer we get to closing that gap, the more interested I get in maybe trimming, taking some profits here and there, because I've got a goodly number of energy shorts. Anyway, today was the best day in a while, and let's see if we can actually get a little follow through on Friday. Should be kind of a nutty day because of options expiration. So thanks for your attention, and thanks for being part of Slope.